a star, you can't stop my shine. I'm loving cloud nine, my head's in the sky. I'm solo, I'm riding solo, I'm riding solo.
Hi YouTube! I haven't done a nice video for you guys in a while. So this is a topic that has been brought to my attention a lot lately. Happily single, is that even possible? A lot of people ask me, how can you be so happy and you're single? So I'm going to share with you some tips that have helped me cope, and I'd also like to share that it has been over 1 year now, about 1 year and 2 months, that I have been completely single and very happy. Before, I used to be the type of girl that was saying, oh, forever alone, or oh, I'm so lonely, or I wish I had a boyfriend, and really putting a lot of time and thought into wanting a future husband and a family and all of that, that it started to bring me to loneliness, and loneliness can lead to depression. So I had to change my attitude about that aspect and the whole dating thing. So it's been over a year and I haven't gone on one date. Can you believe that? One date in a whole year. That's usually not like me. Before I would, you know, go on dates here and there and all of that, or just test the waters, meet new people, have options, stuff like that. But what I've realized is that, you know, time is love, and if you invest your time into people that you know are not meant to be in your life, or you know that you're not meant to have a future with them, then you're just wasting time for that person and yourself as well. And so once I realized that, I decided that I'm going to be more intentional with who I date, and you know, even if it's just movie or supper commitment, that's still time, that's still commitment, and that's still putting some kind of hope or feelings into your heart. So I've really been, I guess, pumping myself up or strengthening myself to be more patient, but to also keep a strong vision on what I need in a partner and what are my standards, and to stick to them. So I just wanted to make this video to give you guys some tips, possibly could help you too. This is just based on my experience and my growth, and you know, I'm just feeling so good about being single, and I do see a lot of my friends suffering with loneliness, and so my heart goes out because that was me before, you know, and I just want to be able to share and help any kind of tips that could help you. Okay, so one quote that is really awesome is, don't love when you're lonely, love when you're ready. Because when you're lonely, you are going to cling to people that possibly are not good for you at all, but are just filling that void because you feel like you're incomplete without another person, that dependency. So instead, if you love when you're ready, when you feel that you found yourself, you're your own person, you love where you're at, then you can just grow with that person equally, and no one's dragging each other in a different direction. No one's slower than the other. It's kind of like you're at an equal pace. And another point is to stop torturing yourself. So, you know, sappy movies, love songs, memories, the photos, looking back at your exes, all of that stuff. That, you know, some of us, we do that. I have done that in the past. But this new term of my singleness, I don't do that, because that's not healthy for you. It really can hurt your heart. I mean, you know, chick flicks here and there, whatever, but honestly, I don't even like watching them because I get so involved in a movie and I'll start crying and I'm like, oh God, it's really pathetic. So I'm just like, I don't even want to waste my time with that. So just keep yourself focused on what you do have instead of what you don't have. So instead of dwelling on, oh, I don't have a boyfriend, it's Valentine's. Instead of thinking that way, just say like, oh, it's Valentine's. A lot of people are feeling lonely like I am. So why don't I go out there and do something really lovely to help people? Kind deeds, free hugs, compliment stickers on people's cars, you know, random acts of kindness. That can never go wrong, and when you do good for others, you always feel fulfilled inside. Well, I do anyway. And so definitely just keeping yourself positive with that attitude of gratitude, thinking of all the good things that you have in your life. It's an automatic fix. It's like a high off life, kind of natural high. You don't need drugs to be happy. You just need to count your blessings, because we all have so many things to be grateful for. And also another tip is definitely keeping focused on what makes you happy. So, this is so exciting, this topic of what are your passions, your goals, your dreams. Keep that your focus, keep that your vision in your life. Because when you stay focused on what really matters to you, then you're gonna light up. Because when you truly do what's inside of you that you were meant to do, that you were meant to be or meant to do in life, that's when you're gonna feel the most happiest, that's when you're gonna glow, that's when you're gonna shine. Because we all have gifts, we all have passions, we were all born to do something. So when you stay focused on that, that independency attracts people in, the good people, the people who are solid and who are on the same level as you. But when you don't stay focused on yourself, your true self, then we tend to lose sight of who we are, and then we tend to grasp into people that can just fill that void of feeling lonely, and then we can get caught up into relationships that are totally not meant for us and that instead can damage us. So definitely what's been working for me is, having a vision, having those goals in mind daily, a to-do list, having a structure, a plan, keeping in your mind what you are capable of doing, but also pushing yourself to the highest limits. Because when you're able to do that, it becomes your baby, it becomes your life, and then you don't even have time to think of being lonely, or you don't even have time to think of what you don't have, because you're so focused on what you do have, what you can have, and what you will have. And so another point that has helped me is if you're able to realize that, your standards have to be so legit, so real that you stick to them. So, before you go on a date, or before you even think of dating, if you're single right now, you wanna always keep in mind what matters to you, what is important to you. All of our standards vary, so you want to make sure that you stick to them, because when you start to alter your standards, then it's like you're devaluing yourself. And you're the most important person in your life, because you're the person who you were born with and that you're only going to die with. We come in this world as one whole, and you're going to die as one whole. And so regardless of you're gonna possibly be married one day or whatnot, but still, at the end of the day, you have to answer to yourself and to God, of course, our Creator. And so you want to make sure that you stay true to your spirit, and always make sure that you protect that. And a way to protect that is to never settle for less. So whatever standards you do have, make sure you stick to them, because that really helps me. I remember I went on a date once, and I had these standards, and I realized soon that he did not meet maybe 3 really important standards. And so I had to not date him again. And I was honest with him. I just straight up told him that, these are my standards, and I realize that you don't have these standards for me. So we cannot continue to see each other, but I wish you all the best, and you're still a wonderful person. And I said it in a really nice way and really respectful. I think honesty is always appreciated, but I also have learned that when you have standards, stick to them, because as women, men respect standards, even though they might try to persuade you and, make it sound real good, like they try to move really quick into you or something, they try to, men can charm and all that. But what I have realized is that if you truly do stick to your standards, and, you don't let the other person kind of win you over in that sense, that they'll respect you more in the end, because they realize, oh, I have to work hard for this person, and this person values herself or himself so much, so I want to value this person as well, because this person values himself. Because if you think about it, stuff that comes easy isn't really appreciated in life. So same that goes to a person, if you are so easy to get, you're so easy to kiss, you're so easy to sleep with, you're so easy to pick up and drop like that, well, that person's not going to appreciate you. So if you're so busy being awesome in your awesome life and doing amazing things, then it's more harder to get, right? It's like, okay, we actually have to schedule a time in to date, but you want to invest time first in getting to know that person on a friend level before even thinking of dating. You got to make them work. But at the same time, it's not about playing games. It's not about playing hard to get. It's being hard to get. you need to be hard to get because you're a gem. You have worked so hard to be where you are, and if you're not there yet, well, you're going to be there, and you're going to have worked so hard. Because for me, I feel like I've worked extremely hard to be this wonderful soul that I am. And it's not the credit that goes to me, it's the credit that goes to the big man upstairs, the Creator. You know, I pray a lot on a daily. God, please help me to overcome loneliness. Help me to stay focused on my goals. Help me to stay focused on helping other people. I want to use my gifts to the best of my abilities. And these are things that have helped me to really stay true to who I am. And so because I've worked this hard, there's no way now that I'm going to allow somebody to mistreat me the way that I've been mistreated in the past. There's no way that I'm going to settle for less like I have in the past. And so now it's like, I'm just so excited because I know that if I exist and my gifts, you know, I have a lot to give and offer. If I exist, then he exists. My future husband does exist. I know this, and keeping the faith so important. I trust that God has somebody laid out for me, and I know that if I stay focused on my goals and dreams, that we're just gonna come together and doing the same type of work, same type of thing, and I don't even have to waste my time worrying on that anymore. I used to waste so much time on worrying about where is he? When am I going to meet him? Who is he? You know, and that can really put a toll on the heart. And so now I just feel so good and so free because it's in God's hands. Let go, let God. And so I also want to let you know that another tip which has helped me is, you know, there are some times where I have been lonely, but honestly, this whole happily single thing, it's been very less times that I've ever been lonely. But when I am, I will light a candle, I'll say a prayer, I'll play some nice relaxing spiritual songs, I'll whip out my journal and I'll start to write. And I'll write to my future husband because I know he exists, he's out there somewhere in the world, and if I really, really miss him and really wish that he could be there to hold me or hug me or anything like that, just to be there in my life at that moment, I will write to him because it makes me feel that I'm so spiritually connected to him, and that one day when we do get together I can show him, look, of all those times that, you know, I could have been dating other people or anything like that, I've held out because you're worth it, and this is how hard I've worked for us in our marriage. Even before knowing you, I've worked for this because the single life that we have is so sacred, beautiful, and it's, you know, it can be a limited small amount of time in our life to cherish and enjoy. And during this time, we can think, you know, let's prepare ourselves for marriage. Let's prepare ourselves for commitment, something that's really going to work. So that's where I am at, and this is how I've been happily single, and I hope that some of my tips helped. Please leave comments below. Let me know what's worked for you, or if you have any tips as well. I'm always open for new ideas. And I just want you to know that there is someone special out there for you. Don't lose hope. And to all those who have somebody special, if ever you want to leave advice, tips, comments too for things that have worked for you, we're all about helping each other, right? We're all in this together. Thanks so much. I'm Sid Nogama.
I don't want no scrub. The scrub is a guy that can't get no love.